This is the big one. There are 30 plus characters that I'm about to rank. No, I did not include all the villains. If you watched my villain video before this one, you know why. Ultimately, there are some people I did not include because they only were in the show to serve the purpose as villains. Most of them were only in for half a season or whatever, and they would have just went to Mind Flayer meh anyway. So I did include a clear villain, two clear villains in this character ranking. Dr. Brenner, Dr. K. Technically three if you want to talk about Henry Creel. Because these are characters who serve a specific purpose when you talk about Brenner and Creel. But I included Dr. K because Linda Hamilton plays her. Come on. Such a waste of Linda Hamilton. I said it in my villain video if you've watched that already, but just a waste of her. Like the character does nothing. She serves no true purpose other than being the military personnel that's in charge of the, you know, she served no actual purpose beyond that. My tiers. Let's go over the tiers before we get started. Party Legend. The top tier is Party Legends. I think you can guess the 10 characters that are going to probably go in that. Eddie's Upside Down Concert. Eddie's concert was great. I know it was only one song, and, regardless, it was fun. It was great. He actually played it. That's fantastic. Anyways, Demogorgon Bait. These are characters that I feel kind of were just in the show just to be killed off. And I have no ultimately negative or positive opinion of them. Mind Flayer meh. These are the characters that are just, there's probably only one. Yeah, there's probably only one character that's going to go there. Maybe two or three. We'll see how it plays out. And then no opinion, boring. These are the characters like Dr. K, going to go there. Again, the character herself was quite boring and just ultimately I feel served no real purpose. She didn't drive the story forward. It could have been any soldier. Should have just stayed Colonel Sullivan if you want me to be honest. Regardless, yeah. Okay, now let's get started. Barbara, Demogorgon Bait. Again, no real opinions of Barb. She's in the show for an episode and a half, but man, I don't know. There's all this fascination with her. Yes, she dies and she doesn't deserve her death, all that good stuff. But that was kind of the point, you know? But she served her purpose. But Demogorgon Bait, I have no other opinion of her beyond that. Billy, Eddie's Upside Down Concert. Very good character. Again, I said it before. I said it in my villain ranking this time. I think there was room for him to have a redemption, but I am okay with them killing him off because of how season 5 ended up going. I was talking to my buddy Jason. You see all these characters down here, characters that had significant screen time. Only a few of them died out of this humongous. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into my soapbox. Bob, Demogorgon Bait. I wasn't sad that Bob got killed. Was he fun? Sure, absolutely. But I don't know. I didn't feel any connection to him beyond the actor who's playing him. Sean Astin. Beyond that, I don't know. Chrissy is Demogorgon Bait. Again, she served the purpose of being in the show just to die. I didn't really feel anything for her. Now she's not Mind Flayer meh, but she also wasn't a great character. Could she have been? Maybe. Needed more screen time. Derek, delightful Derek from season 5, my favorite addition. He is a party legend. My favorite moment in the show, besides Steve in season 1, besides Steve and his little bat flip, which was just the dopest shot. My favorite scene, I think, in the whole show when he says, "Suck my fat one" to Robin, and she goes, "Jesus, what?" My goodness. I died laughing. I think me and my wife had to pause the show and rewind it, and we watched it again. Delightful Derek. He was so fun. Such a good addition to the show. Okay, Dimitri. I hope that's the right name. Mind Flayer meh. He was a good character. Did not have enough screen time. He didn't die, so he's not Demogorgon Bait. Mind Flayer meh. Alexei, Demogorgon bait. Again, not enough screen time, but he ends up being on the show just to give us an emotional death. I didn't feel no connection to him. Is it sad that he dies? Yeah, sure, I guess, because murder sucks. But I don't know. That's where I felt best putting him. I didn't feel like he belonged up here, and he definitely didn't belong here. So my, Demogorgon bait. Dr. Brenner, very interesting character. I'm going to put him here. He's going to go in Eddie's Upside Down concert. He's such an interesting character. I don't know that I would want to watch a show about him or even a special, like kind of look into his character beyond the intro to that one episode of season 4. But I don't know. He's a complicated character for me. He's a very good villain. And also, when you do see the softer side of him, where he did care about the kids to an extent, I don't know. It made me feel conflicted about him. But he goes there. Dr. Owens, same thing. Clearly cared about the kids. You don't see him when all the kids are around. I don't know if he was just kind of brought in after Brenner was gone or if he was there the whole time. Season 4 kind of implies he was there the whole time, but again, you don't see him. But season 2 and season 4, he's a good character. I like him. Dustin, he is a party legend. He's a great character. Is he my favorite character? No, but he is up there. He has got some hilarious lines. Him and Mr. Wheeler, me and my wife both agree. Him and Mr. Wheeler's back and forth. I think it's season 1. I'm not going to get into it. There's a curse word in it, and I'm not going to cuss on my channel, or I try not to. So, but anyways, it's just him and Mr. Wheeler's back and forth. I wish they kind of did a callback to it in season 5, but they didn't, and that's okay. But Dustin goes here. He's a party legend. Callie, Mind Flayer meh. I can take her or leave her. I don't think she's a good character because we don't have enough of her. We have her for one, technically 2 whole episodes, if you want to piece together the little bit of season 5 that she's actually a part of. But I don't know, man. What do you do with her? Should they have made her a villain or something? I don't know. That I feel no impact from her. So she goes there. 11 is a party legend. Again, she's not my favorite character, but she has those powers. She saves the world. She sacrifices everything. And in season 5, whether you believe she's alive or not, she dies in that scene. Again, whether we see her actually die, choose your own ending. But I think she dies, and
a major sacrifice, but clueless at the time. Enter Caroline. Just trust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Another version of me. I was in.
yeah, so she's a legend. Party legend. Erica. You can't spell America without Erica. One of my favorite characters in the show. Again, I am going to, within tiers, you're going to see who I like the most within each tier. I'm not going to actually rank them with numbers or anything, but the order that you see them in each tier is where they go. Okay. Henry Creel. Mind Flayer meh. I think we saw the perfect amount of Henry because it's kind of revealed in season 5. He was always violent and he was always a little something going on up here. The way he attacks that scientist that shoots him in the cave and stuff. And then he says it himself. I let the Mind Flayer in. I let him twist me and mold me and do these different things. I let him. He chose it.
It has never controlled me. And I never controlled it. Don't you see, William? I could have resisted it, but I chose to join it. We are one.
But ultimately, Mind Flayer meh. Holly. She was fun. Sorry. She goes above Billy. She was a fun character. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. The girl that plays her does a very good job. I think she's very entertaining. I think it's weird that they age her up so much. There's a 18-month or a 2-year jump or something like that between seasons 4 and 5. So she should be older, but she should be this much older than she was in season 4. So it's weird connectivity. Another thing that just you look at season 5 and you go, yikes. But what you get from her is still very good. I enjoyed her. She's a fun character. She had some funny lines. Her and Derek back and forth was hilarious. So yeah. Next up, Jonathan. Jonathan. He goes down here. I like Jonathan. You know, I'm very close with my brother. I saw a lot of what you see with Jonathan. I could see my brother in him. I like Jonathan. Do I think they kind of harm his character as far as the character itself? Yes. I think they do him dirty, and that's why he's down here. Okay. Mama, or Terry Ives, if I remember right. No opinion. I mean, yes, it's emotional with the whole stuff with Eleven and finding her and all this different stuff, but ultimately that character led to nothing. You know, her having the ability to show 11 things. Her nose bled, which implied she had some sort of powers, maybe. I don't know. They kind of just pretend that scene never happened, I guess. Yeah, she goes down there. Mr. Clark goes up here. I like Mr. Clark. He reminds me of a couple of teachers I had growing up. Just the way he cares about the kids and how much he clearly loves teaching. He reminds me of a couple of people that I had, or a couple of teachers that I had growing up, and reminds me of a couple of people I teach with whenever I substitute teach. Mrs. Driscoll. I have no opinion. You know, ultimately she should probably just be in Demogorgon bait, but I have no real opinion of her. I didn't dislike her character. I didn't love her character. No opinion. She did serve more of a purpose than these two, though. Mr. Wheeler, Ted Wheeler. Mind Flayer meh. Just kind of don't feel nothing for Ted. You know? When he got slashed by the Demogorgon in season 5, he was doing a heroic fatherly and husbandly duty. But beyond that, I have a lot more in Mind Flayer meh than I thought I would. But beyond that, I don't know. He just was a nothing character to me. He does have a funny back and forth with Dustin in one of the seasons, like I said. But wish I saw more of that. But outside of that, I just no real opinion of him. Mrs. Wheeler, she is a party legend, standing down with that Demogorgon after seeing what it did to Ted. And then also just the relationship she has with Nancy, the relationship she has with Mike. You don't see a lot of her relationship with Mike. You much more see her relationship with Nancy. But she's party legend. She's a good character. Nancy, walk 'em down Wheeler. She goes above 11, but not above anybody else. She's a party legend. Obviously, her reputation, her nickname speaks for itself. But I don't know. They just did things to her and Jonathan's character that just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they ruined their characters in a lot of ways. Chief Powell, or Deputy Powell. He was Chief Powell in season 4. Season 5 is, I don't know, Hopper ends up the chief again. It's weird. But Chief Powell, I have no opinion of him. He's kind of a bad cop, you know, but I have no real opinion of him. Susie, she is very fun. Again, her and Dustin have that very fun song in season 3, and she serves a really solid purpose in season 4. Do I think they needed to spend as much time on them at her house as they did? No, but she does serve a good purpose, and she is a fun character. Victor Creel, Demogorgon bait. No, he doesn't die, but again, not quite a meh character because the stuff that happens to him is very interesting. Just think there's not enough of him on screen, so I'm going to put him there. Vicky, boring, 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 boring. Again, a character that I think they could have killed off, especially since they love to kill off random characters. Bob, Barb, Chrissy, Alexi. Why didn't they kill Vicky? Especially since they completely leave her out of the finale. Not the finale. Out of the very end of the finale. When they're going over their lives now, Robin implies they broke up. Why not just kill her in the hospital when the Demogorgon was looking for Max? Anyways, boring. She wasn't a good character. She just was there. Hopper, party legend. One of my favorite characters. Good cop. He's a good dad, yes. You know, his first daughter passing away was not his doing, was not his fault. There's nothing he could do to stop that. 11 dying. Nothing he could do to stop that. Them dying have nothing to do with him as a dad. because he loved his kids. He protected them the best he could. He protected Eleven the best he could. Took on a role he didn't have to take on. Good character. Lucas. I like him a little bit more. He grew on me. I did not like him in season 2. Season 3 grew on me a little bit. Season 4, he was grading. But season 5, it spiked back up. Me and my wife agreed big time. He is a small doses character because of his type of character. Those crazy, eccentric types, you have to have them in small doses. And I think the little bit that you see him in season 5 was a good amount. And I'm so angry we didn't get a ending for him. Mike. I said in September, season 5, if anything, I hope they revive the character of Mike because he went through a character assassination in season 3 and season 4. Season 1 Mike is back in season 5. He goes up here. Very good friend. Does everything he can for his friends, for Eleven. You know what little he was able to do for Eleven. Man, he was so much better in season 5 than he was in. He doesn't quite beat season 1 Mike, but man, was he right there. Robin, one of my favorite characters. She goes up here. Really like Robin. Don't like her more than Steve, but I really like Robin. She was a very good addition to the show. Another character that I think if they had died would have been a good death, but her emotions, if they had killed Steve, would have been the best, I think. Maya Hawke's acting is so good. Her, Finn Wolfhard, this girl, I wish I could remember her name. I'm so sorry that I can't. This girl, I wish I could remember names. I did not put names down for notes or anything. I should have, and I apologize for that. What futures they have. Honestly, I truly think what futures they have. But anyways, and Joe Keery too. Joe Keery falls under there as well. Sadie Sink, already a powerhouse. I'll get to her in a second. Will, he is such a wet blanket of a character. This season, they were right there, man. They were right there with Will, and they goofed it up. What was part 2 and the finale when it came to Will? They goofed it up. And I don't mean his coming out scene. I don't care about that. His character was gay, fine, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. I'm not here to demonize anybody. So I don't care about that. What I care about is they had the opportunity to do something really fun and really great with Will. And after the final episode of part 1, it just, Will is Demogorgon bait. Upper level Demogorgon bait, but Demogorgon bait. Every season, he's just kind of there. Max, Sadie Sink, probably one of the best actors in the show. Max goes up here above Dustin and Lucas. Max is such a fun character. Again, I do think she should have died in season 4. I think the weight of that would have been so good for season 5, but she didn't. And what parts she had in the show were good because Sadie Sink is good. Unfortunately, she is sidelined. The only realistic thing they do in the whole show is how she's sidelined from being in a coma and then waking up and not being able to, use her muscles a lot, very well. But still, such a good character, such fun, very good portrayal by Sadie Sink. Joyce Byers, very good mom. I think she's a little overboard in season 5 with the way that she kind of coddles Will. It's just so strange because she straight up left him alone in season 4. Yes, I know Jonathan was there, so she felt like he was fine. And as far as she knew, none of that craziness was going to be happening. But she just left him in season 4. Season 5, Joyce, I don't think goes to Russia. I'm sorry. The way that she acts in season 5, I don't know. It's just such a weird up and down with Joyce. So she just goes here. She's not a legend. Steve, Hawkins legend. He is number 2. Favorite character is Hopper. I know you see Eddie down here. Don't worry. He's a Hawkins legend too. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put him there. Okay. Steve. Again, I've talked about it. He does a face turn. He goes from being a bad guy or clearly a bully or bully tendencies and turns into one of the best characters on the show. He is. Should he have died? Yes. Again, would have been a good, horrible death to have to deal with. But the acting of the characters that would have survived, Steve should have died because it would have been a good emotional toll follow up at the end. Eddie is a legend. He was such a fun, to me, outside of Derek and Max, he was the best introduced character post season 1. Again, like Lucas, like Mike, like Steve, I could see myself wanting to hang out with Eddie. I would have hung out with Eddie. You know, I grew up in the 90s and 2000s. I didn't grow up in the 80s. But regardless, I still would have hung out with Eddie. You know, good character. Obviously, he does the whole sacrificing himself for Dustin thing. That's great. Just a good character. This was my ranking of the characters. This was kind of long. I know. I apologize. But there's a lot of characters, and I left people out. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like if you like this video. Also, put your favorite characters in the comments. Who are your 5 favorite characters? Who were your 10 favorite characters? You have to do 5 or 10 because there's so dang many, and not very many of them die. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please, everybody, be safe out there. Goodbye.